Katanagatari is an anime covering the lives of the swordless swordman Yasuri Shiheki and the self-proclaimed genius esthetician Togame. Now, I know I'm not pronouncing these names right, but fuck, I don't care. This is like the 10th take of this. Each episode is a grand total of 49 minutes and represents 1 month in their 12-month journey. So despite this just being one season, it gets long pretty fucking quick. The journey they are on is to collect all 12 of the most powerful unique swords, with only vague mentions of what is to come after they collect it. It's bizarre, I fucking know that the series doesn't focus at all on the future and is largely avoidant toward the future. Largely because, well, I'm not going to spoil it, but just know something really big happens at the end of episode 11, which changes up the anime fundamentally, I would say. But I know none of your lazy asses will ever go and watch this 10-hour-long anime, so at least watch this 10-minute-long video. Katanagatari has 2 main characters as stated previously. Shichika, who is the head of his style of fighting, known as Kairotaru, and Togame, who want to collect all 12 of the legendary swords. Shichika is the 7th generational head of his family, and because of his father's role in the rebellion when he was an infant, he grew up on a remote, isolated island with his sister Naname, so he never knew what the fuck civilization was. So, imagine being Togame, you have to explain the concept of civilization, all this stuff to him. He barely knew anything. He kind of was a retarded infant, really. You see, the fighting technique of Shikaya is no ordinary style. Instead of fighting with a sword, he acts as the sword, hitting, punching, and breaking his opponent's body and snapping their swords in half. An important note, that is, this is the late Edo period, so guns don't really appear very commonly. Well, that is until they do, and shit gets bad. Making Shikaya a secret and powerful warrior who has yet to be in combat, yet cannot return to the mainland because, well, his family is banned from the mainland because they're too overpowered. In fact, they were so close to overthrowing the shogunate, they caused chaos, and then they got deported to the island. I think that's how it went. Togame goes onto his island to try and harness his power under her strategies in order to get the 12 swords. She's kind of like the brains, and he's kind of like the brute force, though he has some intelligence. In the anime, there is many other characters and groups, most notably the Manowa ninjas, whom have been enemies of the shogunate, and thus they are enemies too. The strategist works under the shogunate. She's actually rivals with the heads. They're all competing for power. That's a big part of it too. They are trying to collect the 12 swords too, albeit at a slower, less organized pace, as they all keep getting fucking wiped out. Another spoiler alert. Another is the princess of the shogunate and her mysterious endeavors. She has her assistant who, of fucking course, she neglects. And he does all the killing for her.
Now, this may seem like an ordinary martial arts focused anime, looking at this the first few episodes. However, as the story develops, it becomes cursed in a way similar to Made in Abyss. However, explaining it would be fundamentally to spoil the entire show, so that's not what we're going to talk about. Instead, I will be discussing more on the show, and something I really dislike. Katanagatari, at least for the anime, was produced by White Fox Studios and written by a guy who wrote Monogatari, an anime which I am actually going to review eventually and I have been stalling on for over a year now. I must say, the art style of the show fits the theme perfectly, and White Fox Studios, they did a great job on this. In fact, I didn't even know anything about this anime. I thought this anime came out in 1990. It looks great. Back when anime used to look great, man. It was hand-drawn. It looks hand-drawn. I don't know if it actually is hand-drawn, but it looks nice. It's very clean. Well, you know, clean as in that style of clean. And almost every part of the detail is just straight up appealing. I mean, there's nothing, it's not oversaturated, the contrast is right. All the scenes are very carefully animated. Everything looks very clean and very smooth. It runs smoothly. However, when the visuals aren't doing the job, or when they are doing the job too well, there's one thing that it really tries to overshadow, and that is the sound. It might not seem like it, but I know quite a bit about sound. So when I heard Japanese rap music being featured in the background at random times, it was inevitable for me to fucking pause this and give up on it for about 4 or 5 hours. Now, I know you guys might think, it's trying to appeal to a modern audience. Yeah, I get it. I get it's trying to appeal to a modern audience. But fucking tell me, in what logical sense, for a anime based on the year 1800, does it make sense to include Japanese rap music? I don't want to fucking hear rap music. I remember hearing that horrible music. I thought I might have been hallucinating because how fucking comically stupid of a choice it was. Everything else anime fits perfectly. This is the one thing that has a flaw in. I don't get it. Whoever chose this music fundamentally just tried to ruin the story. I mean, it wasn't powerful enough to ruin the story because the story alone is so strong that nothing can change it. The visuals enhance it, sure, but the story alone is powerful. And quite frankly, the story alone is kind of what counteracts the wannabe gangster hood slop I had to endure. And you know, fuck it. Fuck it. I'm done. Finally, after 30 years of rehashing everything, rap has finally fallen off Billboard, and it's a dying genre. And thank God, I fucking hate it. Everyone I know hates rap. And there's very few people I know who's like, yeah, I love this shit. Not many people like it anymore. It's kind of dying. So, I remember, there's a story. Here's a story. Story time with Fire Husky. It's over fucking commercialized. So, I walked into my local Arab-ran weed and tobacco store. And apparently that's what's on every fucking corner nowadays. I see some weird chip called Rap Snacks. And I think, who the fuck is buying a Snoop Dogg flavored chip? I quite frankly don't know what the fuck it tastes like, and I don't want to know. It probably tastes like 40-year-old marijuana smoke. I mean, if I want to see 40-year-old marijuana smoke, I just go down to the downtown part of my city, or go to San Francisco, or go to some fucking slum. I don't want to fucking eat something called Rap Snacks. What the fuck is that? Is it gonna make me start spontaneously rapping? I don't want to fucking sound like a fucking 2010s liberal white woman from fucking New Hampshire and shit. I mean, post-90s rappers genuinely cannot comprehend concepts outside of killing the ops, big booty women, drugs, and flexing their new J's. I swear, this whole fucking world is becoming idiotic, and thank God it's dying off. That is why, in honor of rap's death, I will be reviewing one of my favorite documentaries, Idiocracy. But, I digress. Katanagatari, without a doubt, is a phenomenal hidden gem. However, who is the target audience? Well, that depends. I can't say that my remaining viewers would enjoy it, as I doubt anyone who's watching this isn't already either bored the fuck out of their mind or watching AI Peter Family Guy clips while listening to this. This is a seinen anime, and so it will really be long, I guess. I guess that's what it means. It's going to be like adult themed. It's going to be more mature. It's not going to be like emotional, or it's going to be more emotion and shit. And that's why I like it. The combat scenes only make up a fraction of this anime, which is definitely throwing off to hoodweebs, so I'm glad on that. The real audience is someone who's patient and focused on the story, someone like me. If you like Spice and Wolf, you will like this. I mean, I love Spice and Wolf. It's my favorite anime, I think. It's not my favorite. It's my top 5, though. So I don't think I reviewed it. It's not cursed. I remember why I watched this anime, actually. And I'm going to end off on the story. Initially, I was going to review Happy Sugar Life, I think it was called. However, I took a 1.5-year break from Toradora, and I kind of wanted to finish it first before I went on to anything else. Because I remember it existed. I remember seeing on 4chan a picture of Taiga. I was like, oh, yeah, I remember I didn't finish watching this anime, so I finished to watch it, and I got pissed off because the ending, everything about like the final 3 episodes, it was perfect until it fucking sucked. It was like, what? It's like, yeah, right there. I don't want to say perfect. It was good. It was good until it fucking sucked. And I can't fucking stand that, man. That pissed me off. So eventually I started looking for animes with a solid storyline similar to it, and I came up with this. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, and make sure not to die in the meantime. Yes, my schedule's been inconsistent, but no one's been watching my videos, so if this video gets at least I don't know, like fucking 20 views. We're making a part 2. Part 29. This is my longest series ever. I rate this anime a 3.9 out of 10. Thank you for watching.